Hey people, it's Monday, the 9th of May, and I'll be losing the sweater today. It's warming up finally here. I do like to wear the sweater though, so. Like a neighbor's dog. How are you all doing? So, I felt like I needed to add an addendum to my story about Chad and in general, people who I've worked with in the system, who I still know. How does that happen? How did that happen? So as you people who work in health and mental health know, the ethics are that you don't fraternize with patients outside, unless they acknowledge you. You don't go up and say, hey, I remember you. Of course, I've never done that, And just in general, when I run into former clients, patients, whatever people go out of the, literally do go out of the way to come and say hello, and oftentimes check in with me as though I was still working. To this day, it happens in public here. But the connection with the kids that I worked with in the hospital was music. So I started working in the hospitals proper because my first job was as a volunteer at a runaway center. I started as part of my senior year in high school. Those projects where they send you out to do volunteer work and get experience. That's how it got started. And then I started teching in the hospitals after working at a children's home for 2.5 years, which was an incredible, eye-opening, and very hard experience. It was tough. So, like I said, I started working in the hospitals around 77 through 85, just when punk rock was happening. So as Omaha started to develop and shows started coming through Omaha, I was going to a lot of shows and I would run into these kids at the shows, which is what led to me joining the band RAF. Consequently, the punk rock scene, hardcore punk scene here in Omaha, a lot of good people, a lot of jerks as well, a lot of sick people, but for the most part, the people that I encountered and who are still a part of my life, very good people. Chad was one of them. I ended up doing, he had a band. Was it Diabolical Possession or was it the Filthy Few? I know he played at least one show with his band, the Filthy Few, RAF. Once again, folks, I apologize. I can't help what my body does, okay? So music is a connection. And then also mutual respect, because, like I said, most of those folks are in their 50s now, and I'm 66 going on 67. So I really was kind of like an overseer, kind of like a godparent to the whole scene. Because I wasn't there dating people. They're too young. I was there playing music with people, making friends, and obviously helping people just by being there. So I wanted to share that's how this kid who I worked with in the hospital, now he's 50-something years old, that I know him. It's through music. And music is just such a wonderful conduit. Can be, anyway. Can be a conduit for some really ugly things too, but it's what we make of it, right? Listen to this last night. Philip Catherine, Babel, after watching an old video of him duetting with Jan Ackerman, who was in Brainbox and Focus. And frankly, smoking Jan Ackerman for the most part. And you know Jan Ackerman is really good. But what was noticeable was how clean and fluid Philip Catherine's playing was compared to Jan Ackerman, who is a little bit frenetic, which gives it an emotional edge. But I think Mr. Catherine has been overlooked by the larger, you know what I'm saying, the music press. This is really good, and it even borders on a bit of progressive. Yannick Top from Magma plays on here. Andre Ceccarelli on drums. Babel. This is really good. Very good. Here's an unusual record. I forget who sent it to me. Possibly Arthur. BBC Late Junction Sessions called Unpopular Music. It was the idea of where they would put together collaborations with different musicians of totally different backgrounds. And so this is interesting. It's not fully satisfying. Like I said, they put the people together to see what happens. And John Paul Jones is on here with a person named Erland Dahlen. That's a good one. Gudrun Gut. Simon Fisher Turner. Tung, T-U-N-N-G with Tinari Wen. That's pretty cool on here. Pretty cool. Thanks for whoever sent that to me. Here's one that I hadn't listened to forever, and it was really satisfying last night, and then also the reason why I don't listen much to Kuhn became apparent too. But here's a pianist, Joachim Kuhn, Daniel Humair with Jean-Francois Jenny-Clarke. From Time to Time Free on the CMP label. This is very, very good. There's some free on here, but it's mostly ensemble written stuff. If you know the pianist Joachim Kuhn, you know he's good. Has a fiery way of playing. However, he has a very signature run that he almost always defaults to. That at first is thrilling, it's cool, but then it's on almost every record. I could almost sing it to you. It's that defined. And it's like, I can only hear that so many times before it's like, can't you think of something else? Again, I give him props. Just pointing out something I hear, that repeated line. Really good album, though. Really good album. And something had been telling me to just pull my cans. You just bought these live albums. How much have you listened to them? So I only played 2 sides of each one of these, and this one is the more satisfying of the two, the way it starts. Stuttgart, 75. This one is all right. I think this one gets going, but the first 2 sides are kind of ho-hum compared to the other one. That was enjoyable. Then a wonderful listen last night. Volker Kriegel and Mild Maniac Orchestra, Octember Variations. Is he German? Guitar player. Again, he has a very distinct style. Things that he does that you know, oh, that's Volker Kriegel. Very tasty playing. Real good jazz rock. Real good. Yeah, I highly recommend anything by Volker Kriegel, okay? And then here's one where I still don't know what it's about, but I get into the Mars Volta. This is the Tremulant EP. It's the mania of the music with the vocals. Have no idea what he's babbling about, and that's what it kind of sounds like. But the music is so strong, and the drumming, well, everything is just like it's about to fly apart. And that's thrilling. I like the Mars Volta, which reminds me I wanted to mention this. So I watched the new video by Kendrick Lamar. There's a big buzz about his new album coming. And I get it. Kendrick Lamar is a large presence of a person, and he is poetic. He is. Now, like I say, I listen to music from music. People's hip flow and way of rapping, I can respect, but it's not what I listen for. I'm good with words. Could I write hip hop? I don't know, probably, but I know I'm good with words. So I respect and hear the intense imagery and poetry of how Kendrick comes across. The other thing I noticed in the video, besides the morphing in the face, which is pretty cool, and I do bet he got it from Steven Wilson. I bet he got the idea from seeing Steven Wilson's video, which Steven Wilson posted about on Instagram this morning. And I agree, Steve. I bet you Kendrick got that idea from you. But aside from that trick, Kendrick as a person has strong presence. There's something about him that is large, almost larger than life. I love how he comes correct, but he also keeps it real in his lyrics. He throws a lot at you. And he also throws right in there the realness of it, never straying far from what really happens. Connected with where he'd like to see things or the possibilities. So yeah, I think this new Kendrick Lamar album is going to be pretty badass. Do I intend to buy it? He doesn't need me to buy it. I'm not thinking about buying it, but I just wanted to share. Yeah, he's badass. He is special. He has Common is another hip hop artist who I greatly respect and like where he's coming from. And I almost wish Common had the force of personality that Kendrick does to make people listen more. I think that's one of the problems that's one of the reasons why I focus more on music than lyrics, is because people say the lyrics are so damned important, but my thought has always been, well, if the lyrics are so important, why doesn't anything change? Seriously, that's where it's at with me, you know. Words are powerful. I suppose it helps in individual ways, but it's like, to me, it's the bigger picture. The music is really what's important to me. One more, Rick van der Linden. What band was he in? Was he in Kayak? Keyboard guy, or was it Exception? One of those bands. And this GX1 could almost be called a demonstration record for keyboards, except he always brings it up a level, at least a couple times on each side, where it's very good music, really tuneful. But he can really play those keyboards, and it's good. It's good. So that's my Monday morning hello. And once again, folks, you are blowing me away. You're still buying my music. Thank you so much. But I'll tell you what, the Bandcamp Friday makes such a big difference. For example, on Bandcamp Friday, when you buy a download, you know, like for example, if you pay $7, like for my latest one, $7, on Bandcamp Friday, I would generally get $6.60 per 7. The sales that I got up this morning to, for example, a $7 sale, I only get $4 out of that. So the Bandcamp Friday makes a big difference. But at the same time, if you're wanting the music, get it, because it is. It's worth it. It is good. One more thing I forgot to mention is that after experiencing the Maya Dunitz and Roscoe Mitchell performance, after meeting Roscoe Mitchell, I also met Maya Dunitz, whose installation and exhibit was happening. And she already knew about me. Of course, I'm an alumnus there, so I guess they talked me up a bit. but it looks like I'll be doing a performance with her exhibit in September. She's I kind of said it. It's like, well, we ought to do something. And she said, yes, oh my God, I'll be back in September. So I went ahead and dropped a line to the curator, director of the Bemis by email saying, well, I'm interested. She brought it up and I'm interested, so let's see what happens. I might be performing with Maya Dunitz in her exhibition. Love stuff like this. It's really fun. Okay. Haven't done a poll in several videos, so let me just do a quick one, even though everything is... that's my Genesis. Let me go over here and see what I got. Oh, I've shown this. Jimmy Giuffre, Firefly. Was it Dragonfly? It wasn't that long ago, okay? Jimmy Giuffre. Horn player. Love him. So we'll go a little bit further in the G's and see what we got. Oh, are you watching, my friend? I've kept these because it's good. The God in Hackney. Nathaniel Mellors. This is his project. I can't describe it just right at the moment, but it's good. This is good. Direct from the artist. The God in Hackney. Look it up and listen to it online. This is good. It was a keeper. They sent me their first record and I couldn't quite fathom it. And I'm sorry I didn't keep it. This was much, much better, but I'm sorry I didn't keep the first album. I wish I had after getting into this one. Okay? We'll do one more. We'll do one more down here. SPK from Australia. They started out really harsh and industrial and real assaultive on the senses. SPK, one of the surgical penis clinic is one of the terms that the SPK stands for, but it stands for several. This is after they smoothed things out and became a little bit more like Chris and Cozy, electronic with female vocals, Breathless. It's not bad, but boy, what a break from their origins, you know. But I like it. I like it. Okay, as always, I say, folks, hope you're doing well. Talk to me. Let me know how you're doing. What's on your mind? Be well.